Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. In the last episode, which was the first one of the brand new ranked season, we featured the #1 ranked team from last season, so we'll be playing with it for a couple more games, and I don't even know what we're up against for the first game of today's episode, so this one will be interesting. There's a Greedant, there is a Tsareena, a Togekiss, and a Rangar. I mean, the whole team is crazy. A Rangaroo, Weezing, and Golisopod. Okay, so the main thing I'm worried about primarily is Greedant because of Belly Drum setup, where there's Trick Room, there's from Oranguru, and then there's Togekiss with Redirection as well. So, how do I deny Trick Room? Double checking if this has Imprison. It does not. But we could reverse Trick Room with Chandelier. I mean, Greedant's honestly what scares me the most. Golisopod is actually kind of a threat as well. If my opponent just goes Togekiss or Oranguru, I don't think there's a great way to deny Trick Room, but I guess we'll always bring Ferrothorn. AV Ferrothorn looks pretty solid here, I think. Let's see, I think this is offensive Togekiss. Yeah, and we have... I mean, Banded Rhyperior is actually really interesting. Hits for a lot of damage here, I think. Honestly, Golisopod's the one thing that's kind of a wild factor here. I just don't know very much about it. I kind of want to try Togekiss Rhyperior, Ferrothorn in the back. And as the last one, I'm thinking Rotom works. But I actually like Chandelier here, mainly because of the fact if Greedent does get set up, like we at least have a Focus Sash so we can take an attack. But our opponent's entire team is really crazy, so I'm excited to see what even comes out in this one. So let's jump into the first game. As always, if you guys enjoy, please share your support by leaving a like. Question of the day. Obviously, there are a bunch of new G-Max Pokemon that are allowed, such as Duraludon, Gengar, and Machamp, so I'm curious if you guys have tried any of them yet. If so, what do you think about them? Okay, it's Togekiss and Greedent. I think that's actually fine. Yeah, I mean, we're banded, right? So what's stopping me from just Dazzling Gleaming and... I mean, I want to EQ because it's stronger against Greedent. Yeah, I mean, like, that might just KO the Greedent. Especially if we somehow crit. We are Super Luck, I think, but not Scope Lens. I could Rock Slide, which does more against the Togekiss, but I think I'm actually going to opt for the Banded Superpower or Earthquake here. I think us being banded is really, really helpful. Okay, so no Dynamax, which is good. No Follow Me, which is actually interesting, so it might be a Yawn coming out. Wait, we're just faster with Rhyperior. Okay. Let's see how much Banded EQ does here, then. A weak crit there. I'm not sure that really mattered, because I think it was definitely trying to go for a Belly Drum, so I really doubt it would have been able to set up. As a Life Dew actually comes out. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't expect the speeds to work in that way, too. So the fact that Rhyperior is faster, once again, is really, really good. Yeah, I mean, we're banded, so I really think EQ was gonna do enough to pick up the knockout, but if not, I think the Greedent would have probably hung on with, like, 10% maybe. So that was obviously a very fortunate turn one, but yeah, we take those. I think I just Dynamax now, the Togekiss, honestly, and I'm just gonna go for an Airstream onto Tsareena and switch out into Ferrothorn. Yeah, because Chandelier should win this late game for us, but I think us being banded was really big. And out of curiosity, I'm actually gonna do the damage calc, because I don't know really my Greedent calcs very well, but even if it was like max HP, I think like Rhyperior was still doing at least 50% of that thing. Let's see, Choice Band, Earthquake. Depends how much bulk he has. Like, if he's max HP, Earthquake still does over, like, it still does 50 to 60%. So I don't think it would have been able to at least get a Belly Drum off, because then you have the Citrus, but then you Belly Drum. Even with the Life Dew, I feel like Greedent probably hangs on with, like, at most, like, 5-10%. Assuming you get the Belly Drum and the Life Dew off, and your max HP. And max HP makes sense, since Greedent's base speed is solo. You probably just go max HP, max attack. It did look like it had a fair amount of special defense investment, honestly. But yeah, I wish I would have liked to see it play out without it. The Life Dew was pretty cool as well, because then it basically would have negated some of my damage. You heal back what, like 25% or so. But then I think Greedent is probably just going for, I think it gets access to extreme speed, so you're extreme speeding. But I don't even think you KO Rhyperior at that point anyway, and we could just Dynamax to avoid getting KO'd. So I really don't think it was too bad of a spot. But as soon as Greedent went down, I felt pretty good about my odds of winning this. As, yeah, it's max overgrowth going into Rhyperior. But I just don't think Tsareena has a way to really deal with Togekiss. Like, Follow Me was a good play, but yeah. Like, Togetic doesn't really get to heal back from the lack of terrain as well. So we can just go for another Airstream. And I guess I'll just force the Follow Me here. I'd rather just target down Tsareena and go for a Gyro Ball as well. Because I could see a world in which Togetic protects. Although, my opponent just forfeits, okay. I was going to say, I guess you could choose to go for... you could go for Life Dew there, so that would punish me by going for Airstream on a Tsareena. But yeah, as soon as Greedant went down, I don't know. Like, the lead worked out pretty good for us, where we had two really, really strong attacks. I'll actually get to see how much Greedant, or how bulky Greedant is here. He didn't even have priority, so, I mean, even if the Greedant did get the belly drum off, like, I think we're honestly fine in this game. It's a pretty interesting moveset. Yeah, because, like, I have two strong spread attacks in Dazzling Gleam and Banded Earthquake, and, like, what are you going to do, Dynamax the Greedant? Maybe, I guess. But because Greedant is so slow, I don't think it was really pressuring us very much at all, so... I honestly really would have liked to play that game out without that turn 1 crit, just to see how things would have ended up. But, yeah, we'll take it. Otherwise, yeah, I wanted to lead to put on pressure against Greedant. Anytime you see something that learns belly drums, like Snorlax, Greedant, Ice Cube, for example, and you see a Follow Me user, you pretty much always have to ask yourself, okay, how do I do enough damage to it so that even if it gets a belly drum off turn 1, it won't be super useful going into subsequent turns, even if it Dynamaxes. So, spread attacks normally are really, really good for that. But obviously that crit did make things... It pretty much won the game turn 1 immediately. So next game of the day, we're actually up against a pretty similar team composition. 4 of the 6A Mons, Milo over Rotom on their end, and then Lucario over the Togekiss. So there is actually potential beat-up stuff, which is very early season stuff for the Dragapult and the Lucario. So I have to watch out about that for sure. That is pretty concerning, honestly. The problem with, like, I really want to go Dragapult here, but I don't even have max Airstream, right? So I can't really raise my speed. One option I can go for is, like, Dragapult Togekiss, though, but the problem is if I go up against the opposing Dragapult. The other concern is that this loses pretty hard to Milotic. So it's kind of similar, reminiscent of that matchup we had yesterday, but I guess I bring Ferrothorn here just for Milo specifically. And Rhyperior doesn't like that good. You could make a good argument for Chandelure and Rotom. We do have Heat Wave on Togekiss here, so it's not the end of the world if I don't bring Chandelure. But it being Sash gives me more comfort in guaranteeing attack off the opposing Dragapult and Chandelure. It's just that Rotom matches up a little bit better against the Milotic specifically. We do have Ferrothorn though. This one's tricky. You could really make a decent argument for both. Yeah, with me being Life Orb Rotom, I just do a lot to Milo with the Thunderbolt. So I'm fairly sure I want to Dynamax the Dragapult in this game, but we'll see. Yeah, I still have to be careful, and without Yawn on Togekiss, it's not like I can just easily, you know, have some early pressure, but at least I'll have redirection support in case it's beat up Dragapult, which is, like, once again, kind of gimmicky. There's also self-quick attack onto Dragapult as well, as it's Sylveon on Dragapult, which makes me think it's self-quick attack, but this is actually not a good lead at all, I would say. The thing is here, you never really Phantasm just into Dragapult, so I kind of want to just go for, like, Dazzling Gleam, Dynamax, and Steel Spike Sylveon. If we can snipe that off and get a defense boost, I think that's a pretty good start. Yeah, mainly because Sylveon's exerting a lot of pressure right now, and if we... It might be a speed tie, but if we win the speed tie and we get a defense boost, then Dragapult's definitely not dropping us. I guess you could still go for the self-quick attack here, but that's just really risky because a Follow Me just kind of blows that apart. Maybe I should have just went for Follow Me to ensure that the Dragapult doesn't get this set up. Because if it does go for self-quick attack and it targets my Dragapult, I'm actually in a lot of trouble, I think. Because then the Phantasm will decrease Togekiss's defense back to neutral. And if I actually lose a speed tie here and my opponent actually went for the self-quick attack, like, that's super risky on my end. So I think Follow Me was probably safer, but we'll see if Sylveon decided a quick attack or whether it was just opting for, like, a Hyper Voice. Okay, no quick attack, which is good. So we get the Steel Spike off, we go first two, which is huge. And we actually just get the one-hit KO onto Sylveon, which is great. Although I might have actually just activated a weakness policy by going for Dazzling Gleam here, so Air Slash might have been safer. Because I think it's probably weakness policy if my opponent's leading it with Sylveon. Max Darkness? Okay. I didn't even know Dragapult really got a relevant Dark-type attack. So now my policy is activated, so I'm at +2 attack, +2 special attack, +1 defense. And Togekiss is at +1 defense. There should be a weakness policy here, I think. No. Okay. This is early season for sure right now. Max Darkness Dragapult. I am curious to see what Dark-type attacks it even gets. Let's see. As Milo comes out, but this is really good now because I am at +2. So in terms of Dark-type attacks, you get... I guess that could have been beat up, right? It gets Assurance, but there's no reason to use that. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much beat up or Sucker Punch. Those are only the two only real viable ones. You could run Bite, but that would be really weird. Huh. Okay, well, I gotta say I was not expecting that, but I'll take it. I don't even know if +2 Phantasm KOs the Milo, because it's probably max HP defense. So I actually don't mind going for like Dazzling Gleam just to chip away at Milotic a little bit and max guard here. Yeah, because after then, we can just follow me the subsequent turn. Unless my opponent doubles up onto Togekiss here, which is definitely possible. But yeah, it's Phantasm going to Dragapult. Perfect. Okay, nice. And we almost just KO Dragapult there. Yeah, double up into Dragapult. Okay, perfect. Couldn't have played out any better then. Yeah, Max Guard just exerts, like... Yeah, okay. Nice. Making someone rage quit in this system is honestly hilarious because, yeah, like they don't even get to conserve their ranking or anything. They still lose points there. So we take those. That's the thing with like having a Pokemon that's set up like Dragapult. Like it just exerts so much pressure immediately with the weakness policy set up. So yeah, I think the points don't come in effect now, but technically we would have been already in Master Ball tier. Although there is kind of an exploit that I know some people, I think, have been abusing, where you can disconnect right when I think the game is over, and you actually will, I think, hold your ranking, so hopefully that gets patched up relatively soon, because that really shouldn't be the case, but yeah, I was really surprised not to see a weakness policy on that Dragapult. The Max Darkness had to have been from beat up if the Lucario's on that team, so it was kind of surprising to see, but okay. We have Triple Ghost here, but instead of Dusclops or Aegislash, which you normally see with Mimikyu and Dragapult, it's Gengar instead, which is interesting. So Pharaoh looks really good on paper here, but I have to worry about Fire-type attacks from Dragapult and Togekiss and Will-O-Wisp. Actually, some Tyranitar's are taking in Fire-type attacks nowadays as well, so on paper it looks good, but I have to scout out for a lot of different things, which makes things a little scarier, I think. Gengar scares me. Like, I want to go Dragapult, but... I mean, we could just go Dragapult Togekiss. My main problem is no Airstream means it's a little bit harder to deal with things. Because otherwise my approach would probably be to get a speed boost, and then just outspeed the Dragapult in subsequent turns. Let's see. Rotom is pretty interesting here as an option, because I do have Nasty Plot. Yeah. I mean, I don't have Dark Pulse, though, I guess, so it's not like I really hate Dragapult very hard. Tyranitar really scares me as well. I'm actually kind of considering Togekiss Rhyperior. Kind of like what we did in that first game with Pharaoh in the back. And as the last one... Rotom, Pult, Chandelure. I guess I might Dynamax Dragapult in this game. I'm not sure. Let's see. I also cut the timer pretty close there, so I'm not sure if we actually got it in on time. I think I put it just above 1 second, which means normally I should be good, but this was a weird enough game where even if we timed out, I would be okay, I guess, just because like I didn't really have like a very confident lead. It's made me pull. Okay, so what we went with was not bad. Of Togekiss Rhyperior. Yeah, because I can follow me, which is good. I mean, I could even Dynamax the Togekiss. Which is actually tempting, but how fast is the Togekiss? I don't know if we outspeed Dragapult. Yeah, we are modest. We don't outspeed Dragapult, even after an Airstream. So normally with these setups, like Mimikyu wants to self-Shadow Sneak to activate weakness policy, so I could go for something like Follow Me and just Bandit EQ. It's honestly kind of tempting. The alternative is to Dynamax, but I don't KO anyway, and 2 Phantasms might KO me anyway in return, so yeah, I think I'm actually going to follow me here, and just go for a Choice Band Earthquake. Because I have Dragapult in the back. I still want to play with Dragapult Speed Ties. Yeah, my opponent's always maxing there, but I don't even know if the +2 Phantasm KOs, even if my opponent does go for the weakness policy setup. And if it doesn't KO, that puts us in a really good spot, I think. Because then what we could do is Dynamax Rhyperior and KO the Dragapult in the following turn. And we've already broken Mimikyu's Disguise with Earthquake here, which is good as well. So, let's see. I'm expecting Self-Shadow Sneak, but my opponent might not Shadow Sneak because of the Follow Me threat. So, yep, Shadow Sneak. Okay, nice. So we redirect that away. We should survive a Phantasm now for sure, and it should be weakness policy, so let's see. Yeah, the problem was that Shadow Sneak actually did a lot of damage. It did 31, and after the defense drop, we're definitely not surviving another Shadow Sneak from Mimikyu. But maybe that's fine. Oh, Banded EQ does so much, but not a 2-hit KO, unfortunately. If it were, that would be so good for us. I mean, here you just go for Shadow Sneak onto Togekiss, I think, and then Phantasm into Rhyperior. So I'm thinking of... actually, you could Wormwind. Wormwind's a problem now that I think about it. I want to switch out into Ferrothorn here. And... I mean, I'm leaning towards maxing and attacking Dragapult, but the problem is if I don't KO it. Because I don't have Protect. I might actually not max. But then I'm going for EQ onto myself. That doesn't seem smart. Okay, never mind. We're maxing. And Rockfall is actually base 150 because of Rock Ruckler, so I think that's fine. The reason I want to conserve Togekiss is mainly because if my opponent does go for the Shadow Sneak on a Togekiss, which I kind of expect them to, then I can conserve my Togekiss for one more Follow Me later on in this game. So I think my opponent should max Wormwind the Rhyperior, which means we'll be at -1 attack, and unfortunately at -1 attack I don't think we'll KO the Dragapult. It'll be close though, I don't know, I mean... We'll see. My opponent also could have made the hard read of still Shadow Sneaking, but that just seems entirely too risky. Yeah, you can't go for that. Okay, so Pharaoh takes that decently well. We get Iron Barbs. So Mimikyu's already taken 25% of damage despite us not touching it. And yeah, there's Max Wormwind, so that was expected. We take that though. That was nice. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. So now the question is, how much does base 150 max Rockfall -1 attack do against Dynamax Dragapult? Oh, that was really close. The good thing now is, though, we've done enough damage to Dragapult where you actually can't self-Shadow Sneak yourself. If you Shadow Sneak yourself, you just faint. Which is kind of funny, actually. That's pretty good. So it's the last turn of Dynamax now from Dragapult. We are sitting decently healthy. I should conserve Ferrothorn, I think. So I think I'm going to swap back out into the Togekiss and go for a Quake onto Dragapult. Yeah. My opponent could Phantasm and double up onto the Rhyperior. This is where I wish I had Max Guard. If I had Max Guard, I would definitely Max Guard. But obviously it's banded. That's one of the interesting things, though. You could theoretically run a Choice User with, like, Protect. Specifically if you choose to Dynamax it. So, really close to KOing Dragapult, but at least now you can't self-Shadow Sneak, and one play I was worried is that I didn't do enough damage. You could Shadow Sneak and then go for a Wormwind or Phantasm just to KO Rhyperior. But Rhyperior being pretty bulky means I should be able to take these decently well. Okay, so it's just Phantasm into... Okay, perfect, yeah. That's why I switched out Ferrothorn. I don't want Ferrothorn to be taking any damage, because I think once Dynamax ends, it exerts like so much good pressure against my opponent's entire team. There might be a Will-O-Wisp from Mimikyu. Oh, I guess it could be Woodhammer. Okay, it's not Woodhammer, thank goodness. Woodhammer actually would have been pretty bad there. We were at -2 defense, but I don't know. Rhyperior is so bulky and Mimikyu's not Life Orb, so I'm not sure that'd pick up a knockout, but Phantom Force is like the best case scenario there to see, I think. Because now I know I can guarantee target that slot this next turn. Spadef Boost helps out against the potential Rotom in the back as well as Togekiss actually, but I don't think you ever bring out Togekiss here. Could be Tyranitar waiting for us as well. But I think I have to bring out the Ferrothorn here because we can actually Phantom Force with our own Dragapult, which is interesting. Huh. That is an option, but I think I'd rather bring out Ferrothorn right now because I know both of these can take a Phantom Force from Mimikyu without any problem. So we're not in a bad spot. I mean, like, this game has played out more or less how I've wanted it to, but we're still not in, like, a game-winning position because the matchup is just, like, a little awkward, I think. Okay, T-Tar comes out. So T-Tar's a problem, obviously, for us to deal against. We're banded. We're going to be locked back into Banded Cure at -2 defense, but for now, I think that's fine. I don't really care about beating Mimikyu. This Rhyperior is a little faster than normal, so the question... I don't think we outspeed Tyranitar, though. Because what I want to do is go for a Knuckle and a Seed Bomb onto the Tyranitar. Yeah. I don't think I mind that. If we can KO Tyranitar, then I think we win the game. Okay, Phantom Force into Pharaoh. Could be a superpower coming out. Onto either Pokemon, actually. Mimikyu's taking 50% of damage and we haven't touched it yet, which is hilarious. Oh, we are faster with the Rhyperior. That could be good or bad, actually. We're activating a policy here, I think. No. It's not going to be policy. Dragapult's always going to be weakness policy, so I think that's fine. He has a Fire Punch. Okay. Yeah. People are teching that in nowadays, so that's unfortunate. But I don't think I could have really afforded to bring in Dragapult there. And the problem is we are -2 defense, but we are faster with... Oh, but we're locked into EQ. That's part of the problem, isn't it? But we do have Phantom Force, so we can avoid. But then we're forced to Earthquake ourselves at least one turn. I should have thought about that, because now I'm trapped in with Rhyperior locked into Band EQ. I should have played around Fire Punch. Not that I really had an option around it, actually. So it comes down to what my opponent's last Pokemon is. I have Steel Wing here too, right? So I could go for Steel Wing and Earthquake. Or Phantom Force EQ. The problem is if I Phantom Force and Mimikyu Phantom Forces too, right? I guess Protect EQ works here, actually. Yeah, so I'm locked in Earthquake. I should have thought about that. I wasn't sure if Tyranitar was going to have a Fire-type attack. Should have played assuming it did. So that's the thing. Because Ferrothorn's getting more common in the meta, people are teching in Fire-type attacks now. Heat Wave Togekiss and Flamethrower Togekiss is getting more common once again. So I kind of expect to see a Phantom Force here. Oh, he went for Trick Room. Or the Mimikyu's just really... No, Mimikyu's been consistently outspeeding us. Wait. Okay, that's really good for us. I don't know if my opponent knows I'm banded yet either. I mean, I feel like they should based off the damage output. So the problem is that Rhyperior doesn't hit Rotom or Togekiss at all. So if my opponent has those in the back, we lose. Well, we lose against the Togekiss, I think, not the Rotom. And I feel like, what do you bring here? Maybe my opponent hasn't realized I'm banded and they'll forfeit here too. That's also an option. It's Rotom. That's, I guess, alright. I mean, I have to Phantom... I'm gonna be banded EQing myself, though, which is bad. Yeah, I should have been... I mean, hopefully my opponent just Hydro Pumps me for some reason, not recognizing that I am Choice Banded. But if they could recognize the damage output against Dragapult, they'll know I'm banded, so... If I brought in Dragapult over the Ferrothorn, I don't know how good that would have been. I could have switched the Ferrothorn out into Dragapult that turn, but... If my opponent didn't have Fire Punch, then we just won the game that turn, so in a best of one, like, I was willing to play that way. Close game, though. So let's see. If Rotom Hydro Pumps, we actually win the game, I think. So hilariously enough, we want Rotom to knock out our Rhyperior right now. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if this KOs with the... I hope it KOs. Yes! Oh my goodness, that's the beauty of Choice Band Rhyperior. No way. Okay, now it's a question of what item you have on Rotom. If my opponent Dark Pulses, it doesn't one-shot us, and that'll actually activate our policy, but I think they'll probably have Nasty Plot. So the question is whether they have Dark Pulse as well, because the way you win now is if you Nasty Plot this turn and Dark Pulse the subsequent turn. You can also have Will-O-Wisp, although that's becoming increasingly less common on Rotom Washes. But yeah, our opponent probably didn't realize it, but they actually just saved us by Hydro Pumping, so yeah. like, band damage can be kind of obscure, especially when you're running something like Choice Band Rhyperior. So, my opponent might have just thought a regular Earthquake just does that much damage to Dragapult. So that was huge. Yeah. Because let's see. Pretty much comes down to, one, how much Phantom Force is doing. That is not very much at all. Jeez. But he's activating... Oh my goodness. Our opponent is giving us the outs here. Because that activates our weakness policy now. Okay. I don't think we Dragon Darts here, though, because it's likely let Rotom as a berry. So I think we have to just go for Phantom Force and hope that now with the weakness policy activated, we KO. It's actually really close. That first Phantom Force looks like it did like 40%. So I want to say this one should KO. But it's going to be very close. Alright, let's see. What a funny game, though. Yeah, this Rotom totally had it if they actually just went for Shadow Ball initially onto the Dragapult. Because then what would have happened was Phantom Force would have come out, I would have been forced to ban EQ, and then the Shadow Ball plus the Choice Band Earthquake onto myself just KOs me. But that is Choice Band just coming up huge for us. Shadow Ball is interesting, though. Like, Hydro Pump, Thunderball are staples, obviously, and then you normally run, like, Dark Pulse, Nasty Plot, Will-O-Wisp, Protect, combination of those. You can run Ally Switch or Screens as well. Just going for another Shadow Ball. Okay. So it comes down to whether +2 Shadow Ball gets us KO now. So let's see. Let us find out. I think it does do enough, but I don't know. That first one is really close. Like, depending on if that was like a high roll and this is a low roll, I could see the Rotom surviving. Okay, but we end up clutching it out. That was a hilarious set of games, I think. But we'll play one more episode right now. Oh, one more game with this. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. That one we should have lost, though, and I think I could have played better. Nah. Let's see. What item was the... So, the fact I was going for Trick Room was really weird with Mimikyu. That was super odd to me. Focus Sash Gengar. It was Nasty Plot Shadow Ball. So, yeah, my opponent actually also would have won if they went for... It's AV. Tyranitar, okay. My opponent actually also would have won if they went for a Nasty Plot instead of the first Shadow Ball. Because then my Phantom Force doesn't KO you. And then you KO me in return. So, yeah. Like, I think they kind of tossed that, honestly, more than me winning it. I didn't play that super well. I mean, the lead was fine. I kind of, like, expected my opponent's lead, and I thought I played decently well, but the Fire Punch kind of just threw everything off, which was bad. So I could have switched out that turn. I don't know if I really should be bait. I guess you're not, yeah, you could be going for a Dark type attack into Ferrothorn there, too, so I don't know. Alright, last game of the day. Our opponent is a Pikachu. So, I'm already very scared. Choice Band Rhyperior has been huge for us today, though. Yeah. So, let's see. Chandelure. Chandelure looks pretty good on paper here. I'm worried about just Sleep Powder spam. I mean, Pharaoh is amazing here if we can KO... there might be a Fire Punch on Rhyperior, actually. So, let me go... I want to go with... Lightning Rod is actually pretty scary here as well, and Pharaoh walls the Rotom, so I'm not sure Nasty Plotting that is actually the best course of action. I want to lead Chandelure here. Offensively, it honestly looks pretty solid. I'm thinking Chandelure and Rotom, because that exerts, like, exert pressure with Nasty Plot, and I can potentially double up to just KO Dusclops. In the back, I think I want Ferrothorn. Choice Band Rhyperior is not bad if Trick Room doesn't go up. I do need ways to beat my opponent's Ferrothorn, because if Chandelure goes on, I'm a problem. So I don't like Dragapult here, so it's between Rhyperior and Togekiss. I don't have a Fire type attack on Rhyperior. Band still does a fair amount of damage, though. We probably outspeed the opposing Rhyperior, but we do have Rotom, so I don't know. This is actually really tricky, but I think I'm going to go with Togekiss. Alright, let's get into it. So, I think our opponent's team is interesting because it's obviously got Trick Room stuff with Dusclops, Rhyperior, and Ferrothorn, but it also has Butterfree, Raichu stuff, so there are a bunch of different modes you could go with here. So the question is what mode they opted to go for, and it looks like it's going to be Butterfree, Raichu. Sorry, Butterfree, Pikachu. We have to worry about Blind Sleep Powder. Oh boy. I think this is where Ferrothorn comes up huge for us, though. So I definitely want to switch in Pharaoh, because we can't get put to sleep. If I'm my opponent, I'm probably sleep powdering the Butterfree. Or sorry, the Chandelure. So I think I'm going to switch out into Ferrothorn here and go for a... Nasty Plot's actually kind of interesting, but I think I'd rather just go for Hydro Pump for damage onto Butterfree. Yeah. It should be Sleep Powder into Chandelure, I would think. And I think Pikachu honestly maxes here, yeah. Haven't seen a max Pikachu in quite a while now. But Pharaoh actually is a good candidate to Dynamax now because we've committed our opponent to Dynamaxing Pikachu. Yeah, I don't think we should take too much from G-Max Volt. So let's see if the Sleep Powder did go into... Oh, he's just overgrowthing. Oh, interesting. Okay, that makes sense actually. I don't know if that one-shots us. It does. I really should have anticipated that, I guess. But it's not the end of the world because we do get AB Ferrothorn out now. Also no Scarf on Butterfree. It's not too surprising. It should be stashed most of the time. Yeah, Sleep Powder just went out there. That was a nice play. A really nice play. We do have Lumberry on this thing. But you just go for Max Electric, don't you? I guess I feel like I have to bring out the Chandelure actually because Togekiss is just going to get bopped otherwise. I wonder if Ferrothorn's Max Overgrowth in Grassy Terrain KOs Pikachu right now. I think I'm actually going to go for that. What's the alternative? Because, like, Butterfree's going to be sashed anyway, I think. Yeah, so I'm going to go for Dynamax Ferrothorn, go for the Overgrowth, and Heat Wave. I think here you probably just double up onto Chandelure. Oh, you know what's interesting, actually? If you go for G-Max Electric with Pikachu, you get a status condition onto Chandelure, so you actually can't... you can't put me to sleep. Yeah. If you can't put me to sleep, that's pretty good. Because I think Ferrothorn's in a really good spot right now. And he is going to opt for the Volt Crash. Interesting. Into Chandelure. Okay, but it might just be Butterfree attacking here, which would make sense. So I could have actually Dynamax Chandelure. Unless my opponent messes up and actually forgets about that and still goes for Sleep Powder. We get Paralyzed, but actually helps us with Gyro Ball damage output. But, or sorry, both Pokemon obviously get Paralyzed. Yeah, my opponent didn't mess that up. Okay, wait, that's huge. Oh, I'm pretty sure Overgrowth was KOing Pikachu by itself, honestly. Nice. No full para. Okay, beautiful. So we get lucky that we don't get full para'd on either. That's actually a really big deal because I have Lumberry now, which means I can deal with Butterfree a little bit easier. And with Pikachu gone, that's the biggest threat to our Ferrothorn out of the way. So yeah, had Butterfree just gone for an attack there instead and targeted Chandelure, this game would definitely be a lot harder, I think. Not like it would have been it's not like it would have been unwinnable. Rapier here's still pretty scary, I guess, because there's a decent chance that it's Fire Punch, and I don't have Protect, but I don't think I have a choice other than to just go for Overgrowth here. Which will one-shot that thing, I think. And I guess just, Energy Ball, actually? Wonder if Energy Ball and Grassy Terrain one-shots. He protects. Okay, that was a good play. Yeah, still on my Dynamax. Oh, that was actually so smart. I should have Trick Room. The problem with this play is now I actually probably activate a Weakness Policy. Unless I get fully paralyzed with Ferrothorn, but I don't. And with Weakness Policy, it depends if you have Fire Punch or not. If you don't have Fire Punch, Ferro should still take this decently well. Let's see if it is Weakness Policy. Yeah. I should have Trick Room there. I mean, Chandelure got fully paralyzed anyway, so it ended up making a difference, but Trick Room was the correct play. The reason I didn't want to Trick Room was because I knew I had Togekiss in the back. But Ferrothorn under Trick Room outspeeds everything, so yeah. That was a kind of a mistake. So if my opponent has Fire Punch here, I think I'm done for, unfortunately. And I should have anticipated that a little bit better. Yeah. I'll still Energy Ball here, though. And if for some reason Butterfree doesn't have an attacking move, Sleep Powder, Tailwind, Protect, Pollen Puff. Now, Pollen Puff does damage, though. Or Rage Powder. I guess if you're running Rage Powder, Sleep Powder, Tailwind, Protect, you don't have attacks on Butterfree. So that would mean I could actually KO the Rapier as long as one of my two Pokemon get their attacks off. Let's see. AV Pharaoh, though. Pretty solid, but not... I mean, the main thing here is that I threw away Rotom on turn 1 for nothing. Right, so that means Butterfree doesn't have an attacking move, I'm pretty sure, and that looks like Ferrothorn. Oh, no, it's Togekiss, never mind. He does have Fire Punch. Do we survive? No, but if we get the Energy Ball, this is actually maybe still fine because we're Lumberry on Togekiss. Yeah, I should have anticipated the weakness policy. If we got Trick Room out, this game would have been over. I don't get fully paralyzed though, which means we KO the Rhyperior, so we actually still have a decent chance right now. It's gonna be Togekiss versus Togekiss in this end game though, and I don't have the item advantage. I mean, you Sleep Powder here probably, and I wonder if Dazzling Gleam actually maybe doesn't KO Chandelure. Either way, it's gonna be a really close finish. So it comes down to who's faster between the Togekisses, who crits more, who flinches more, basically. Because I think Butterfree... Oh, right now my opponent's faster because they have Tailwind up, so that's guaranteed, but they don't know we have Lumberry, so I think they just Dazzling Gleam here. We're just double checking. This is Super Luck. So I definitely just go for Dazzling Gleam here. And I guess... Is there a point in Trick Rooming? I think Heat Waving is fine. I'm worried about Protect Butterfree, but that doesn't make a difference, yeah. So I'll just Shadow Ball Dazzling Gleam here. And us having Lumberry might come up huge. You actually went for Air Slash on the... Okay, so it's Air Slash and probably Sleep Powder, which means we're actually going to get the Togekiss 1v1, but we have the slight damage advantage, because they should put us to sleep with Sleep Powder, yeah. So Lumberry comes up huge here for us right now. Having both Energy Ball and Lumberry were huge. Okay. So we're going to KO Butterfree, and I get the first Dazzling Gleam off against the Togekiss. So now it's a question of how many flinches do you get, and do you outspeed me after Tailwind is over? So it's a Togekiss Mirror here. I think it's more in my opponent's favor, but we do have Super Luck, so our chances of critting are obviously higher than normal. He has one turn of Tailwind left. I mean, there's no reason to not Dazzling Gleam here, because I could miss. It's also just a high space power move, yeah. I mean, I guess I could fish for a burn, but no, it's not worth it, right? Opting for Air Slash. It's not very much damage, but we flinch. Okay. So now it's a question of, are you faster than me? It might be worth it to Air Slash here, because if I am faster and I get the flinch, I just win the game, I think. So, alright, let's see. Battle of the Togekisses. We're not faster, unfortunately. Okay. And they crit us. I mean, they went for the correct play. Like, I think you have to just go for those two. But that's super frustrating, because I think a single target Dazzling Gleam knocks me out now. It would have been really close, but... Okay, they opt for Air Slash, which does slightly less damage. We might survive that. We survive with 2. We don't get flinched. Can we KO with Dazzling Gleam? Oh my goodness. That's got to be one of the craziest set of games. Wow, that was... Normally I feel like it's more climatic because, like, there's more turns, and it was literally just 2 turns of Togekiss going up against each other, but yeah, we were slower, which was unfortunate, but we ended up not getting flinched. So I wonder if it was Crit Kiss, or if it was Scope Lens, like if it was Scope Lens, or if it was same like this, which is Super Luck, but no crit item. I have no idea, but that was a really, really fun set of games. That was super wild. So that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you guys enjoyed, please share, support by leaving a like, and I'll catch you guys soon. Alright, peace.